Okay. Let's talk to everyone.
Let's see what these guys have to say. Oh, Heckhound Earring answered my call.
Oh, yeah, he lost his earring.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with it?
Impossible.
Is this effort futile as well?
Why is he worried about his earring right now? Hey, are you still looking for the earring you dropped?
It's not a mere earring, it is the Heckhound Earring. Long ago in a faraway land, a beast known as the Heckhound was feared by all, even by he who summoned it.
Well, this is certainly random.
The Heckhound tore its way through innumerable battlefields, its fangs glistening with blood. And his drenched blood-red fur would dry in the howling winds of loneliness. When I finally tamed that diabolic beast, I received an earring to commemorate that event. The Heckhound Earring. So that I may never forget the night that I battled that fearsome Pomeranian. I wear that earring at all times. Was he just fighting a dog?
Is that really about a Pomeranian? I understand it's important to you, but for now, we need to investigate.
Where is it? Where did it disappear to?
Maybe it fell underneath the floor. The carpet didn't cover the whole floor. It might have fallen through the gaps between the exposed floorboards.
Ah, so that's what's transpired. Such a clever little bubble.
Gundam laughed uproariously as he walked toward the wall and pressed his head against the gaps in the floor and peered beneath the floorboards.
Ah, there it is. I have found it. Truly that is the Heckhound Earring. It seems God exists for my benefit.
I see. Good for you.
Let me ask.
However, how do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through this opening. Were I to use a tool, it would probably not reach either.
Then maybe you should just give up.
What?
Give up what? The world?
I meant give up the earring.
Fool, have you not yet realized? The world will come to an end if the human race were to lose that earring. You humans are so satisfied with clothing yourselves in layers of false knowledge.
It's really stylish and I like it.
But even with all those layers, you still will not survive the winter.
What's going on? Why am I being scolded? Our friend just died.
It is foolish of me to rely on you fools. Fine, I shall do something about it on my own. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go save the world.
He wants that earring back by any means necessary. His determination is truly inspiring. But it'd be nice if he actually helped me with the investigation. Gaps in floorboard.
Okay.
So I wonder if someone bumped him when it went black.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. What do you have to say, Wendy? Mahiru? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's going on?
Is that what you expected me to say? Because I feel terrible. 1 minute Byakuya's alive and well, and in an instant, something awful happens. Of course I'm not fine.
Why?
Not only that, but whoever killed him is one of us, right?
That hasn't been determined yet.
Who else is it gonna be?
Himself.
It's already been determined. You've already accepted it, haven't you?
This is the worst.
That we have to find out who the killer is, find out which friend killed our friend, and then kill that friend.
Yeah, you have to kill.
So.
You finding out about it gets them killed.
Yeah.
And it's always very cool.
Cool or cruel?
Cool and cruel. I don't like it either, but we won't survive if we don't go through with it. It's not just for yourself. We have to do it to protect all of us.
If I had only acted calmer during the blackout, Byakuya might still be alive.
Yeah, you might have been able to hear something if you weren't panicking.
This is the worst.
This whole thing would have never happened.
Stop blaming yourself. Nothing good will come of it.
Jeez.
Getting cheered up by a boy isn't like me at all.
Got it?
Hey Hajime, forget about what I just said. Got it?
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
Anyway, I won't dwell on it for now. I can't become a burden to everyone. Plus, there might be a clue that only I have access to.
Her pictures.
Her picture, yeah.
A clue.
Hey,
Photos. The one I took just before the blackout, remember?
Let me see. Let me see it.
Hey,
Yeah, we get
blah,
it.
blah, 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 blah.
Show us the picture. Oh yeah, the pictures.
Want to see them? I have a digital camera so I can show them to you right now.
Really? Please. Okay. So he has to poop. Rocker Girl is drinking Orange Joe.
Orange Joe.
Dancer Girl is drinking wine. Nagito is standing by the air conditioner, which beeped at 11:30. Exactly 11:30. Right. We are chilling with, I don't know, something.
Wine or something.
It's mainly Nagito that stands out to me in this picture. And he's by the table.
Yeah. I don't think Poop Man... I think we can just wipe him off of here. No pun intended. Because I don't... I mean, it's a good cover, I guess.
Okay, another thing you have to think of with these investigations. Everyone's an ultimate at something, so everyone has something they're really good at that no one else is.
That's true.
So, as we uncover more clues, you kind of got to think, okay, out of all of these people, who could actually accomplish that? Like, who would even think to do that?
Well,
who has the skills necessary? Oh, here's another one. So, Byakuya is standing
Alive on the other side of the room.
on the clear other side of the room.
Look at the nurse lady.
What?
Doesn't she look just... I don't know.
What, sus?
That side glance, you know?
I don't know, that just seems like her normal nervous look.
Nothing can be overlooked, Gage.
But Byakuya is on the clear other side of the room. Akane's eating, Soda's drinking, Princess is drinking, Gundam's chilling. Does he have his earring?
Not in that picture.
Maybe. Which side of his head was it on? Was it on his left or right?
Well, look, like right here. That's just his like earlobe going down.
No, I know, but was the earring on his right ear?
I don't even remember.
I don't either. Read.
I took these two photos right before the blackout, but... Huh?
Is something wrong?
I didn't realize it until just now. Right before the blackout, Byakuya was standing in a totally different place than where we found him. Wasn't his body under the table with the lamp on top of it? The one underneath the monitor?
Looking sussy.
Prior to that, Byakuya was standing along the wall farthest from the table.
You're right. That's pretty far. There's something... Everyone's standing position before the blackout might be a huge clue. Hey, can you approximate everyone's standing position from these photos?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It'd be hard to understand from the photos alone, so it might be better for me to plot it out. But would that actually provide a clue?
I don't know yet, but I feel like it could.
leave it to me.
Got it. Then leave it to me. That's pretty much the only job I can do anyway.
So Nagito...
Yeah, him being close to the air conditioner really rubs me the wrong way.
The only thing is, how in the world would he not get blood on himself?
I don't know. I don't think we have enough information to even make a guess.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, now that that's decided...
And he's the one who wants to prove no one did it.
Yeah, that's true. He wants to absolve everyone of responsibility.
You better do your best.
You better work hard on your investigation too. How much longer are you planning to stand around?
Though if I'm being honest, I don't think Nagito did it. I feel like there's too many clues pointing at him.
Yeah, but sometimes the hardest answer to find is the simplest, you know? We keep it in mind, but keep an open mind. I already said this.
Yes.
Do you understand?
What's going on? You gotta find out how Byakuya died.
Yeah, I know, but it's good she's all fired up now, but she's a totally different person now than when she was feeling down.
Alright, suspect, killer, murder. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Hajime, there's something I want to run by you. Before the blackout occurred, Byakuya was in the dining hall with the rest of us, right? Yeah, that's right. And if Byakuya's dead body was discovered after the blackout, then don't you think he died during the blackout? Well,
Yeah?
now that you mention it. But why was Byakuya's body under a table? Even if the killer tried to hide him, it's not like he would have stayed hidden forever. Isn't it confusing? I was kind of wondering that too, like what's the point in doing it under the table when... I mean,
Do you think he
obviously
went
they're
there
gonna
on his
find
own volition?
Well, it looked like... They said he was in a crawling position, but also, what would it matter if he's in a crawling position if he got stabbed on his stomach?
Theory.
Go.
Byakuya has the night vision goggles that he kept in his case. Things go wrong, he unlocks it, gets on his night vision goggles, and instead of trying to be tough or whatever, cowards out and hides under the table. The person who hid the knife there, trying to like set up a murder for when this blackout goes out, goes to grab the knife, realizes he's down there, and shanks him.
Okay.
I think it's an idea.
It is? But how would they not get blood on themselves?
I mean, blood doesn't always have to spurt. I mean, like, okay, I'll literally act it out. Like, if he's underneath the table right here, I can just... and then walk away, you know?
I guess.
I don't think... I think there should be blood on clothes somewhere, but I don't think it's crazy to not go all in on why.
Mm-hmm. But who would take that risk?
What do you mean?
Knowing that there was a chance they could get blood on themselves. I don't know. Let's keep investigating.
I mean, do you really think... I mean, imagine they're panicking, trying to grab the knife and get ready to kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you realize, oh my god, someone's under here. And then you panic like that. I don't think there's a lot of time to think, oh, I better not take a risk and walk away. Because they've been seen by this point. I'm sure they...
If he had the goggles on.
Well, the case he had in his bag looked like it fit the goggles perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's just keep investigating. You're absolutely right. It seems finding out what exactly happened during the blackout is key to solving the mystery. There's no way I'd know. It was so dark during the blackout, I couldn't see a thing.
That's not it.
Although, if seeing was impossible, then there's a possibility someone might have heard something. Heard something? Are you talking about her? Rocker girl with
She has good hearing.
Mmm.
She ain't here though.
I must investigate my classmate's body. Yes, I'm the one who has medical knowledge. That's why I need to do it. To do it somehow. Before you start, why don't you calm down a bit? You're right. I need to calm down first. I'm careless enough as it is. That's pretty obvious from how you fell earlier.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terribly sorry about that, for showing you something so unsightly. Yeah, you made me remember it again. Oh, you didn't have to show it again. Why are you covering your...
I don't want to look at it.
I'll just keep it here. I made such a fool of myself, in front of everyone. Forget making a fool of yourself. How in the world did you end up like that? Oh, well, I got startled by the blackout.
Oh, because this was after the blackout. Was it?
Was it? Slipped on the carpet, and once I was struggling to get back up. It's almost like it's a distraction if it happened after the blackout.
Like, okay. Someone knows how compromising she always is when she, like, hurts herself or falls.
Mm-hmm.
So, before the blackout starts, they give her a little shove. Because everyone's going to think, oh, you're clumsy. Or after the blackout, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or during.
Very interesting.
Or maybe Byakuya in his panic to hide during the blackout?
Anyway. Please erase it from your memory.
It's a clue we have to remember.
Even if you ask me, I won't be able to forget it so easily. Sorry. I can't stand it. But that's the truth bullet. Embarrassing pose has been adding to the truth. Whatever. Now then, where else should I investigate? So I think we've done 90% of everything in here. Hajime, a moment? Huh? What is it?
Hey,
When we're finished with the investigation here, would you like to hear what everyone has to say together? If I go by myself, some people might not talk to me out of caution. Well, we've been told that one of us is a killer. It can't be helped if everyone's on edge right now. But why me? You're easy to talk to, and I feel like you have a sense similar to mine. We both harbor special feelings towards Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Like that means anything right now.
Well, yeah, but fine. If we're going together, let's get on with it. There's no time for idle chit-chat.
thanks.
I'm glad. It'll be a great help. Special feelings, huh? Even so, what he said about us being similar, I don't think I agree.
Now then.
I guess for now, we should search the inside of this old building and listen to what the others have to say. Not just the dining hall. I think we should consider this whole building the scene of the crime. After all, the blackout that took place at the time would have happened throughout this entire building. Yeah, you're right. So, I want to know what happened with Pekko. Like, where'd she go? She just like dipped. Whoa! Where'd you come from? Freddy Fazbear jump scaring me. We need to know your hearing tale. Apparently, a great man once said, investigation should be done on foot. So?
That's not what it is. It's like an investigation is afoot or something.
Oh.
I think she just got her quote wrong.
So, that's why I'm also using my feet. I'm just walking around for no particular reason. Well, if there's no reason, then there's no meaning.
Hey,
Hey, Hajime, I just realized something. Could she, by any chance, know what happened during the blackout? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Are you serious?
Eh? How'd you know? So you did hear us, even though Hajime and I were talking pretty softly just now. Teehee. Not only do I have a perfect face, style, and personality, but I also have perfect ears. I see. If your hearing is so good, maybe you heard what actually happened during the blackout.
hey,
When the blackout happened, you could hear everybody's voice through the dining hall, right? We couldn't tell, but you would have been able to make out who's who, right? Just leave it to Ibuki. It'll be easy as fried rice with gravy. Huh? La li la la. I'll heartily eat it for breakfast.
I see.
Oh, you mean it'll be easy as pie, except eating fried rice with gravy for breakfast is kind of heavy. Any fried rice that isn't fried rice with gravy is so wrong. Guys, you know our friend just got murdered
Yeah,
in front of
right.
our eyes, right? Can you like...
I can see him like standing from above being like, are you serious right now?
Guys, come on. I just died. Can you please take this more seriously?
Right?
I can see that being like a comic, what would make a perfect comic made for this game. She should make a metaphor with a more common type of fried rice, like egg fried rice or lettuce fried rice. Anyway, can you tell us what you heard? Leave it to me. I'm gonna take a bite out of you.
Yep.
If you tell us, I'll let you bite Hajime later. Stop it. What if she takes you seriously? Let's see. The first person who raised their voice during the blackout was... That's right. It was Mahiru.
She's the clumsy one, right?
It's a
No, she's
blackout.
photographer.
Yeah. Next, it was Kazuichi's voice. And then the next voice was mine.
Hey, I can't see anything.
It's pitch black. My future is pitch black.
Perfect memory, too, apparently. Yeah! What a nice remark I made. It's to the point and has its own unique charm. Just continue. Then there was more voices, one after the other.
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this. Don't step on my feet.
Who's that? That's...
Who's having their feet stepped on?
Is that Dr. Lady?
No, this is Dancer.
Okay.
Dr. Lady's Mikan.
Right.
So this
someone-
could be a clue, or this could just be random nonsense, but someone stepped on her feet. Meaning someone couldn't see.
Was actively moving.
Actively moving and couldn't see.
Yeah.
So, and she was standing around by us and Nagito and someone else. Poop Man.
So yeah, she was in that area where the table was. Okay.
What the hell? What's going on here?
That's
Okay.
Byakuya didn't. He says that.
So the implication here is that he's unsure of what's going on.
Meaning he might not have been able to see at this point.
Right. But why would he lie about that?
Why would, if he has the night vision goggles, why would he say anything?
Yeah.
That's just pinpointing his location to someone.
But didn't that thing in his case look like something the vision goggles would slip into?
That's what I thought too.
Okay, he's unsure right here, we think.
We think. Supposedly. This is.
Ow!
That's Nagito.
Someone ran into him.
Someone ran into him too. So, who's also right by the other girl who got stepped on.
So
they were standing right next to each other.
Someone made a beeline right behind us onto...
towards the table where the knife is.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This person was running... If they're running into people, then I feel like they don't have the goggles.
Right. That's...
But Byakuya also didn't have the goggles because he didn't know what was going on. Unless he said that and then got out the goggles, tried to chase the culprit, and got shanked.
Alright, let's continue.
Turn the damn lights on! We can't eat like this, you know!
And she is completely unbothered.
You guys? Where are you?
Teru comes in because he went to the kitchen.
How did he get from the kitchen to here so fast, though? Because no one has the layout that memorized. He's been in the kitchen the whole time.
He could just feel his way along the wall, but...
Yeah, but think of how much time has passed.
Not much. Okay.
So...
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded.
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Because in the time it took Soda to even get there, by the time the lights came on, he said he wasn't even in the room yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious how Chef Man got in here so fast.
So let's think of who could reach the breaker, because the only people that could reach it would be Tall Guy. Pekko always has a long sword with her.
Okay. Do they need to reach it, though? Is there other ways that it could be messed with? Like,
well, when
the
we went,
steak skewer.
oh,
They're long.
That's
he could
true.
have used that to pull it down. Chef Guy's I've got his number right now. I have got his number.
Think Chef Guy's sus?
Because he got in the room so fast, maybe he had the goggles ready to go. Once he's in the room, he says, "Here's my alibi, guys. I don't know what's going on."
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Now I want to hear what Pekko has to say and why she wasn't in there.
Right. Alrighties, that's pretty much it. Yeah, aren't I awesome? Praise me, give me lots of praise. I heard you the first time, seriously, don't get any closer. Hey, Nagito, say something to her. Hey, did something happen? No, I was just thinking about what Byakuya said during the blackout. What Byakuya said?
Hey,
Why did he say something like that? Rather, why was he able to say that? What the heck? What's going on here? And this is... What do you mean? About that, why don't we discuss it after we've investigated a little bit more? For now, I can't really say anything for certain. Well, it's not like I really care.
yep.
Anyway, don't you think Ibuki's account just now is an important clue that will lead us to the truth? Praise me. Let me bite ya. Ouch! Why are you really biting me? Okay.
It should have just been her chomping his arm. That's the little truth bullet thing.
So, according to your memory,
Okay.
is her account of everything everyone said accurate?
That's how I remember it. Because I remember as she
Okay.
was going through it being like, that did happen. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can trust.
Trust her word.
Yeah, plus she has the good hearing, and I think she's too clueless to try and kill someone anyways.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
let's talk to Princess. There is something I want to ask you.
what is it?
It is strange, no?
It appears that only that wall is a different color and material. Why is that?
Perhaps.
Oh, it's probably a fire door.
Fire door?
Huh? You've never seen one before. It's a door that shuts to keep fire from spreading by containing it. If that happens, you can run away, right?
Wow!
I was wondering about those doors earlier. It's like, because you couldn't interact with them, so I assumed they blocked off the 2 rooms.
I didn't even notice they were there.
Yeah.
But that's the kitchen right behind her, right?
Yep.
And who is on the other side of the fire door? Us, Dancer, and Nagito. So if... Okay. I think it's the chef. I really think it's the chef.
Okay.
He's in that because he went back to the kitchen to cook more food. He comes out, goes right through that fire door, immediately beelines for his knife to
Hold
kill
on.
someone. Okay, what?
The people got bumped into, and then later he came into the room and said, "Guys, what happened? I thought it was just in the kitchen."
He pretended he just came into the room then. He could have been in the room long before that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I think it's Chef Man. I really do.
That's only done to keep cats from getting in. You know about keeping cats from getting inside, but you don't know about fire doors?
I am ashamed!
Truly, I am culturally ignorant. I am ashamed of myself.
Wow. Okay. Fire doors. Anyway, let's not go... Like, I see the logic in what you're saying.
I know,
But this
I know.
is a game that presents many clues, and they make you go, oh, but wait. They couldn't have done it because of this, and they couldn't have done it because of this, because you gotta remember there's 16 people at this point.
I know what I'm about.
Okay.
Hey, guilty man.
Oh my god. Hey, were you in the kitchen during the blackout, Terry?
That blackout totally startled me. At first, I thought it was just in the kitchen, but when I finally managed to get out of the kitchen, the hallway was pitch black too. And then I heard everybody's voices, so I fumbled along the wall and tried to feel my way to the dining hall. But that place was pitch black too. It was like pitch black everywhere.
Couldn't you have used that kitchen stove as a light?
No.
Nah, that's impossible. The gas stove needed electricity to work, so it was directly affected by the blackout.
I see.
The gas stove needed electricity to hurt? I thought gas stoves didn't need it.
Maybe just start it.
Yeah, probably start it.
I see. Then I guess it's not possible. Since you work with fire in the kitchen, I figured you'd be able to use it as a light source or something, but I guess it's not that easy. So those are his accounts of things. Just real quick, let's look at this section. Okay, so here's all the evidence we have. I've scrolled past a certain one. So the knives are still gone. Let's look at this. Byakuya must have confiscated all of the dangerous items on the kitchen's equipment list. Well, just from reading through this list, it looks like the knife next to Byakuya's body didn't come from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of figured that. It appears to have been brought from outside. From outside? Then how did the killer get past Byakuya's body check?
Came in through those fire doors. Because there was one on either side. One going into the dining hall and one going what I assume is a straight outside.
We'll have to look at those real quick. Because I thought they shut inside to block the fire from one side of the building to the other.
Oh, see, I
don't think they went outside.
I imagined it as they just open.
We'll look
and
at
you can-
them more closely when we go out. But I imagine they just both closed together because it was 2 doors directly on each side. I thought they closed like that. From outside, then how did the killer get past Byakuya's body check? Okay. Who was in here before? It was just Teru and this guy, Nagito. And probably Byakuya too. He like looked everything over apparently. Interesting.
That still puts Teru here.
It does, but if Teru planned to put the knife under there, why wouldn't he account for something else to flick the breaker with other than the iron spike thing? I mean, it's pretty easy to find something long.
I don't know.
Let's keep searching.
That's weird.
Strange, isn't it? I mean, he didn't even go easy on the girls when he was performing the pat-downs. If that's the case, they probably brought the knife in advance and hid it somewhere.
Hey,
Still, it's surprising how much equipment this kitchen has. There are iron plates for barbecuing, and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. But this is all stuff that doesn't pertain to the murder, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I agree. Kitchen equipment list. Looks like a good food. Okay.
Isn't it amazing? It was so big, even I was shocked. It's a dish fit for a tropical island. I'd never be able to get meat like this in Aoyama or Azubu. I'd never be able to get meat like this in my hometown, much less
Was that you talking just now?
I don't know.
Whatever. Aoyama or Azubu.
I get it. You don't have to repeat yourself. But it's so big. Where did you get it?
I asked Nekomaru. Apparently he killed the cow at the ranch with his bare hands and brought it over.
So the big guy killed the cow, brought him the meat.
Okay.
Now this is getting great. With his bare hands, too. His bare hands? I feel like you'd need a knife to do that.
Why was the bathroom locked?
Yeah, we'll have to look at the bathroom.
There's still so much more we gotta think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little hard to believe, but it doesn't seem completely impossible either. Those hands of his, they look like they specialize in punching things. I wouldn't want to get punched by those hands.
Seriously, Nekomaru's so wild. He's totally right at home in a country setting. I'm so jealous.
Honestly, him having to poop so bad the whole time is kind of a good alibi on its own. Because it's something no one would question. And he keeps going in and out to the bathroom.
To try and check so no one's gonna be like, why is he leaving so much? He didn't really make an effort to hide it. He pretended to, but he broke pretty fast when we asked.
And he still hasn't pooped yet. Or maybe he has, I don't know. I guess we haven't seen
He
it.
did run out, so he probably just ran to his dorm or something.
He ran out right after Byakuya died. Like immediately after. Maybe he was... Maybe there's something else he was trying to hide too. I'm sus of you, poop man. Anyway, let's see.
My hometown is near Aoyama and Azubu, so wild country things like that, they slip my mind a lot, you know?
Well, I guess this meat has gone to waste, since this awfulness happened right when the party started. The only ones who ate any food were Akane, and Pekko, who took some portions for herself.
Don't say that. After I worked so hard to cook the world's most refined party dishes, only 2 people actually tasted them.
I'll still eat them.
Yeah, honestly.
I haven't lost my appetite.
Well, it's not like I actually believe it, but if there really is a killer out there, ugh, I'll probably never be able to forgive that killer.
He's scary when he's mad.
I never noticed how round he is.
Yeah. I guess I'm pretty much finished investigating the kitchen for now. Nagito, let's get going.
You're right.
Yeah, sure thing. So apparently we're done here.
Did we really learn a lot in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We learned buff guy, I forgot his name. Nekomaru had something sus to do with it. Or at least he did something with the cow. It doesn't mean he's particularly to blame for anything yet, but... So...
You know, it's not that crazy of an assumption to think that the knife could have just been in here.
Been in... Oh, yeah. I suppose.
Anyways, go ahead.
This storage room is really dusty and dark.
Well,
My hands were full cleaning the dining hall, so I couldn't even touch this room.
It even has cobwebs. There's no way I could stay in here for a long time. 3 irons. Are these irons? It looks like they were recently turned on. But why are there 3 irons on this ironing board? Recently turned on, probably for like the tablecloths.
Oh.
But why 3? There's 3 tables. I don't
Yeah, but you're not gonna...
I know.
Just as I thought, your eyes don't miss a thing. When I was looking for Byakuya after the blackout, I also found these irons, but when I found them, all 3 of them were turned on.
Turned on.
yep.
It'd be bad if another blackout happened, so I turned them off. But doesn't this feel kind of sinister?
Sinister? Irons in storage room.
Okay.
Oh wait, this was empty before, wasn't it?
It was.
There's a huge piece of cloth randomly shoved in here.
Perhaps.
Is this a tablecloth?
Can you iron out blood? Is that a thing people do?
No.
So what if... Okay, what if we... Okay, well, wait.
Wait, no.
I have an idea.
What?
So, okay, you know when you have extension cords, if you, like, plug too much stuff into them, you can overload it?
Yeah.
Is it possible that by turning on all the irons and doing something like that, they could have, like, overloaded the circuit
Ooh.
and put the power out?
You think it was just to put the power out? That's a good theory.
Because I feel like assuming that that switch has to be drawn for the power to go out, I don't think that's the only way.
It
outages-
reduces the options of how.
As someone whose power went out earlier, that's not the only way it happens. So,
Is this a tablecloth?
Oh, a tablecloth. Wait, huh? Hold on, there's something on it. Is this a blood stain? So why?
could they have been wearing the tablecloth to cover their clothes?
Mmm.
But that's such a bulky thing to carry around.
Yeah, like who could have had that you wouldn't notice? They would have like had to go in, kill them, and then leave. We still okay. I don't think the Yakuza guy has absolutely nothing to do with it at
I
all.
think he's probably just
Yes.
at home,
Yeah.
just relaxing.
But normally they all have some way they can contribute. This is a story game.
Yeah.
There has to be some tiny little way that he has something to contribute to something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of everyone who could have shown up and left. Anyway.
A bloodstain.
And him not ever showing his face is also a perfect alibi.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's many possibilities. Come here, take a closer look.
It's too dark. I can't really see that clearly.
There's no mistaking it. This is clearly a blood stain. Which means this tablecloth is connected to Byakuya's murder, right?
If that tablecloth has a bloodstain on it, then it's a possibility.
Seriously, it is a blood stain.
Why is he so...
I don't know, Nagito, you're acting sussy.
Did your voice crack?
He's acting sussy. Check the boxes. There's an awful lot of boxes.
We don't have time to go through each and every one of them.
I guess I should leave them alone.
Yep.
A wise decision.
Stop blocking me, dude.
Yeah, man.
Hajime.
Why are you so... Why don't you want me in here, man?
Hey, Hajime, how much longer are you gonna stay in this dark place? You're just wasting your time. Let's move on and investigate other places already.
Huh? Oh, I get it. You're right. We need
No.
to come back when this guy's not around and search every one of these boxes. Hey, wherever I go.
Can we just look at the
surveillance
footage?
No.
It'd make this a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Look at these stacks of clean tablecloths. It looks like they haven't been used yet. Guess there's nothing strange here.
You really think it could have been Nagito?
I want to say no,
But those last few interactions just bother me.
but he's acting suspicioso.
But the thing is, why would he end up like stepping and like on people's toes and stuff? Well, only the girl. He could have lied when he said he was ran into.
He could have just been like, ow! Just randomly.
Yeah. Or maybe when he was killing Byakuya, he fought back and said ow instinctively.
Anyway, see, these doors are sticking out. I think they shut, like, inwards.
To like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's, like, to block the fire from spreading through the building so you can escape. Now, who's in the pooper? Let me in!
Huh? It's locked. Someone appears to be inside. Since it's a unisex bathroom, I don't know who's actually in there.
Hey!
Hey, is someone in there?
We knocked on the door and tried calling out to whoever was on the other side, but...
There's no response. This is going nowhere. I guess we should give up for now and check on it later.
Why do you
think-
want us to give up?
Do you think Yakuza guy could be in there?
Potentially. We need to kick that door down and find out what's
We do.
behind there right now.
Okay.
I love the, like, investigation part of this game, though.
It is really fun.
Like, the other part was cool, too, but it's like, nope, now the game's starting. Okay, Pekko, I'm curious to hear your account.
The old building's circuit breaker should be inside this office.
Circuit breaker, huh? It might be related to the blackout.
So, it's better if we check out the circuit breaker first.
No.
I can already tell. You doubt me, correct?
Honestly, no, not really.
Yeah.
Huh?
However, it does not surprise me. An unexpected blackout occurred, and during that time, Byakuya was killed.
Anyway,
The circuit breaker is in this office. Naturally. I look suspicious since I was supposed to be here.
Wait!
Supposed to be here? Does that mean...
I see.
So I was right. You weren't in the office. But why? Weren't you supposed to guard the circuit breaker in the Duralumin case with all the weapons in it? So where'd you run off to on your own?
Well, that is...
Bathroom?
Ugh. Yeah.
Pekko suddenly dropped on one knee and started groaning on the spot. Hey, what happened? Is
No.
she injured?
Now I do suspect her.
Alright.
I am just not feeling too well. I apologize, but excuse me.
What the heck?
I figured that or she ate something bad and she was in the bathroom.
Those are the two possibilities. Either she's hurt or she's got the poopies.
Yeah. Or whatever else someone could get. I don't know.
Excuse me, what was that?
Hey,
Pekko, it appears the bathroom inside this old building is currently occupied, so I recommend either the hotel lobby or your cottage.
Huh? So he thinks it is a bathroom problem. Alright.
Yeah. It seems like it will be a tough path.
Okay. But however, never
No, I know. Never put all your eggs in one basket.
what I was gonna say is there's always the possibility two people worked together on this.
Okay.
Like accomplices. But with cold sweat dripping from her forehead, Pekko wobbled out of the office. What happened to her?
It's kind of hard for me to say it myself. I already feel bad enough for Pekko as it is.
Huh? What does that mean?
I mean, is it cool she didn't, like, run away or something? Because if she ran away, she's obviously the killer. I'm almost positive.
Huh? Is that really what it is? That is very high up. That must be this old building circuit breaker. The blackout probably happened because of this.
Press it. Pull it.
I see it.
It doesn't look like someone did anything to it. Nothing else looks suspicious either.
The circuit breaker is pretty high up. Even if you use a stepladder, you won't reach it. Even with a stepladder, you won't reach it. So could you really do it with an iron skewer or Pekko's sword?
That's true.
Even the tall guy probably couldn't reach it if you couldn't do it with a stepladder.
Or at least barely would.
Unless we find some evidence to say otherwise.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why it's so mysterious.
I think you might be right about just overloading it.
I think so. Otherwise, I feel like they wouldn't put so much attention on. It's so impossible this was done. Because they could have just left it at, oh, it's really high up. Only someone tall could do it. Or find a more subtle way to say it. But yeah.
Well, during the blackout, I was panicking so bad I forgot about that, but you're right. Even with the stepladder, there's no way you'd be able to reach that circuit breaker. Which means someone must have reset the breaker after the blackout. But who?
Well, someone could still reach it to reset it then.
Or... Okay. The fact that that iron or the stake skewer was missing is still really suspicious to me.
Well, maybe we'll find some evidence
That,
having
like,
to do with
gets rid of that.
tampering with that.
Yeah.
We kind of just have to get through it all first. I mean, we've probably come up with 50 different theories.
That have all been wrong.
But, yeah, so we might as well just get through this.
Oh.
Ah.
I did it.
What? It's here!
Actually,
You idiots had no idea what to do about the blackout, so I'm the one to reset the circuit breaker.
Well, then that... Oh my god.
By the way, I'm not the one who tripped the breaker. The killer did that, of course.
But how did someone as small as you reset the breaker?
Well, firstly, my eyes work real good at night, so I have no trouble seeing in the dark.
Well, yeah, you're a robot.
If you want to know how I reached the circuit breaker, my body stretches. You know, I'm very elastic.
I won't be
Liar!
I'm serious. Want to see?
Yeah.
Want to see a version of Monokuma with his body all stretched out? It's gross. It's grotesque.
Yes.
No thanks. Just imagining it makes me want to puke.
Oh, really? Such a shame.
so.
Still, don't you think Monokuma's such a nice guy? In a popularity contest, he'd take first place.
How come one of your hands has a thumb and the other doesn't?
You notice he's blushing?
I see.
He's a cutie.
What the heck? So he's the one who reset the breaker? Well, in that case, I'm convinced there's no way we'd be able to reach that.
If that's the case, how did the killer trip the circuit breaker? If they didn't trip it, or set it to be tripped,
They had to have overloaded it somehow. And I think those ironing things, I think that's it.
are 3 irons really enough to, like, break it, though? Maybe if you do it all on one
Well, for a
outlet or
building
something.
that's under renovation and already junk to begin with,
That's true, that's
I don't
true.
think it's impossible. But I think that's true. It's a good point that that's all it took, you know?
Here's the Duralumin case. It should contain all the dangerous items Byakuya collected. Why don't we crack it open and take a look?
Maybe we should check inside, just to be safe.
But it's locked.
Yep.
Byakuya had the key to this particular Duralumin case with him. Check it out. I brought it with me, so there's no need to worry.
Hey, is it okay to take that key without permission?
Now.
It's forbidden to tamper with the crime scene, but if we don't, we can check inside this case, right? So I should open it.
This guy, he doesn't feel any remorse.
See?
See? It's open. Forks, kitchen knives, iron skewers.
Forks, kitchen knives, iron skewers, and various tools are crammed inside.
4 skewers. Wasn't there 5?
Yeah, I think so. So there's the wrench. There's like butter knives, forks, the kitchen knives.
Yeah.
But it's not possible that the killer took anything from here. Because the key to this case was inside the case Byakuya had with him.
I guess you're right about that. Oh, here's this AC. What are you doing? Huh? The timer has been set to 11. Oh, so it went off in the dining hall and in here. So who was in here during the blackout?
Pekko. Maybe.
Unless she had a stomach problem.
She said she was supposed to be in here but wasn't.
Stomach.
The only people who were unaccounted for, Gamer, Chef, and Buffman, right? Because he went to the bathroom.
So assuming Pekko is the one having bathroom issues, for what reason would she have stomach issues and no one else who ate the food? Let's keep continuing. Wasn't the timer for the air conditioner in the dining hall also set for that time? It can't be a coincidence, right? Updated truth bullet. Oh, wait. Okay, so there's the monitor. Oh, yeah, we didn't even look at the desk. Is this the desk the staff used for busy work? Huh, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. I guess we still need to talk to you.